Hello and welcome back to Lumberjacked. Since the last video of this I recorded, I just left the game open for several hours AFK. So the drone, which we unlocked last time, worked really hard for us, collecting a whole load of logs, turning all of that into nice amounts of money for us. So we do actually have quite a bit of upgrades we can do. So we're going to start off with maxing out our axe so that now I think we should be able to chop down all the trees there are. And we're going to increase a few other things. We're going to max out our swinging power. That was actually a lot quicker than I was expecting. And that has used up most of our money, but it should mean we can like one shot most trees. And then just whilst we're got a little bit going, we're gonna add a bit more into walk speed, sprint endurance, and go from there. So we do need to rest because I have no energy. And in the morning, we're gonna go out and see the sunshine and try and just clear out as many trees as possible and kind of let our drone do a lot of the collecting of the woods or the wood and make as much of the money for us as possible. Like as you can see, quite large areas have been cleared already, but there is always more that can be done. And the drone hasn't got all the logs yet, but it's getting there slowly. But actually, whilst we are still somewhat close, it's in my throwing range. I'll just do what I can. Yeah, we're just gonna go and chop down as many trees effectively as possible. This little way in is already cleared out, and I've realised I have no audio for the game, so I'll be back in a second. Don't know how much audio that will have increased by, but I'll try to add a little bit. I'm just going to find where some logs are. It feels like I've cleared out this way pretty well, so we'll find some at some point. So I just did a loop trying to find trees and came back to the house. So I'm just going to go straight past and run the other way and try and find some trees. This is going to be a challenge, I feel, to find them. And we do need to collect mushrooms as we go if I see any, for upgrading the drone, making it even better. Yay! Found some trees. So now that we've got them, let's just chop down as many as we can and just start making some money. One-shotting all of these trees without any problems at all, which is quite nice. Ooh. These trees here, I know are like the special trees, with having to chop down 1,000 of them. Let's see how many hits it takes to actually get through them at the moment. So that's one, two, and that just leaves the branch. That is pretty easy. I feel quite overpowered at the moment. But we can grab a whole load of mushrooms from here, destroy that little log, and well, maybe these aren't the special trees because I am not actually getting the points for chopping these down. I thought they were. Maybe there are even more resistant logs and trees that I've got to find. Unless it's I've got to deliver 1,000 of these actual log pieces to the wood chipper. So if that's the case, that might take a while for my drone to catch up and actually start delivering them. But for now, we'll just clear out the trees and see what ends up happening. So we're now out of energy. So we could try and figure out where we came from to get back. Or what I'm probably going to do is the easier option. Try and collect a mushroom. There we go. One stick. Drop everything I'm holding, but that's fine. That'll just mean there's a big pile somewhere. And then we can rest. And then go out. And actually, yeah. gonna go out with what money we've got. I'm just gonna buy a whole load of drinks, have 10 of them. We are going to talk to Mr. Drone about potential upgrades because I have got a few mushrooms on me, but I need 65 or 100, which is quite a lot more. And I feel like there was something here. Some trees would be too hard to cut for your axe to cut. Once you sharpen the eyes to the, I already have a maxed out, so I don't feel like that is really the case. But that's okay. And now I've forgotten which way I went. Uh, just gonna go through the portal. Yeah, why not? I'm sure it'll take me to some trees that I haven't chopped down, and it is nighttime again. So let's just run in the dark and pretty much instantly find a whole load of trees, which is useful. I'll say potentially more of these rare trees, but I don't actually know if they are like considered the rare ones or not, because my points at the top on the rare trees in theory aren't going up. But I knew last time I couldn't actually chop these ones down, so I'm very much confused as to what these trees are, or which ones these trees are. But the trees, they need to be chopped down, and I'm sure I will get some money for them, which will be good to have. And whilst I explore, I am getting quite a few more mushrooms, which is good. Um, so in theory, I could do one of the upgrades. I think this is the other side of where I was. I think if I went potentially, well, maybe not. I don't know. I'm going around in circles and I'm very much lost. But I'm sure at some point I will figure out where I am, where I've been. Tempted to draw up a little map for myself, just on a piece of paper, to figure out where it is I have been and where I have not been yet, because I'm fully lost in this game, especially with the night cycles. It goes all dark and I can't see where I'm going, even with the lantern. It's just not quite bright enough to truly help. But that's all these trees, logs in this little area cleared off. Don't really know if I meant to just deliver the logs to get any of the rewards for them. But for now, I've not got very much energy left. I've used up all of the 10 energy drinks I bought because I didn't want to go home, and that is all my energy. So I'm going to either try and figure out which way is home, which I think is probably just here or this way. By the looks of it, there's one single tree here, and there's an energy bush. I'll chop it down, maybe go back, grab a few more trees there just to get them cleared out. Grab a few energy bushes whilst they're not, they are quite kind of far apart. I was going to say whilst they're not too far apart, but they are. This one, there we go. There's more. Oh, I have just done a big loop. Okay. I am fully lost. I thought I was heading home here. Um, might actually jump through the portal, head home, just to drop off the logs that I have got, like that, and then head back and try and figure out where I actually am aiming for. Now that is my energy full, so I can just go back to chopping down trees without needing to worry about where I'm going again, which is fun. Um, I think I have chopped not quite 1,000 so far today, and I've been recording for about 20 minutes. But as I do somewhat have the ability to one shot a lot of trees, they are going down a lot quicker now than they used to be. So yeah, there's a few here. Just like bang, bang, bang. That's 3 down in almost instantly for a lot of them, which is good and it helps to progress. But this is, especially when it's all dense like this, I can just sort of spam and click a bit and just make my way through thick forest and turn it into a nice clearing where I can see. Mushroom cave, yes. Thought I'd hit all the caves, but clearly not. There's more, which this should actually get me. I've already hit over 100, which was the most expensive upgrade, but now I could potentially do either one big expensive upgrade and have like 20 left, or I could do two of the 60, oh, maybe not quite, almost do two of the 65 drone upgrades for mushrooms, which again is not too far off. Two more mushrooms, and then I can potentially do that. So, I might try and figure out the actual way home from here. Um, Not through the teleport. I'm going to assume going ahead sort of this direction because that's where my home beacon at the top roughly is saying I am. And as I have now just run out of energy again, please tell me I'm not just trapped myself. I haven't. We're gonna aim this way, but I have a feeling there's got to be a pathway I've made before. So let's find out. And there's just energy trees. I'm like, I could just chop down more trees. But no, I'm going to make my way home, do some upgrades for Flying Boy, and hope that it can speed up a little bit. So there's some money there at least. Pixie's got an exclamation mark. I wonder if that means I've actually done all the Pixie missions. I wonder. Early more hopeful, yes I know. So I could do recharge rate, energy, or I could do 10 more power capacity, and then I feel like speed. I'm gonna go with power capacity, that's now maxed. So the last one was 100, so I'm assuming that we've all got 5 levels, so 2 more in each. Isn't too bad. Don't know if the Pixie is like finished all those missions or not, so I'm just gonna do not work out. I think walk speed and the sprint endurance at the moment. I think are the things I'm using more, just to get around. We will talk to the Pixie. I'm pretty sure I haven't freed everyone yet. Da da da. Can't believe you're helping them chop down random trees, just like the rest. Probably. It's not too late, but if you help them chop them down, I will not forgive you. Okay. I'm gonna keep chopping down the trees because I'm getting paid to chop down the trees, and I feel like that is. I want to be a good employee. Should have rested whilst I was home, and there was probably enough energy bushes around to get a bit of energy at least. And then once I'm full, I'll probably just do an unstick to get back home, and then I can sleep then. Right, I feel like that way's mostly cleared. Or it looks it to start with. This way isn't, so I'm going to go this way for now. I think this is where I just came from. So we'll just keep going and figure it out. But Pixie is not happy with me. Forbidden mushrooms all over the place. I'm gonna aim for this light. I don't know what it is or where it is. I feel like I'll be able to just go through the trees to get there. So I'm going to end up. I'm going to try and get to it if I can. But this may end up looping around in a way that this seems to be going the wrong way. I want to be going that way. We'll see if we can get to it. It should be up there somewhere. But I feel like I just saw a whole load of mushrooms in here. But it may have just been the fairies. Oh, that's three. Yeah, three's better than none. And I see more. More mushrooms. Another cave of mushrooms. Next, that's the second one. I thought I'd probably found most of them. It said I'd been hugging the walls. But no, I'm finding more. Always useful. Don't know where the light is. I'm going to just do a bit of a clear here so I can see into the sky and see if I can figure out whereabouts this light is. But I now feel like I'm lost in my own doom of trees. So there's canopies all over the place. A bit of sky. Almost have a skylight, as it were. Can I see the lights there? Ooh, that actually seems quite close. Right. This way we go. Again, more mushrooms. Yay. There's a canopy of light just from the Grievsy. I wonder. Tell me where to go for finding pixies. Potentially. There's quite a few bushes in this very small space as well. Let's just clear out enough around this pixie so I can figure out if the light just means where the pixies are. So I have a feeling I'm getting close to freeing a lot of the pixies. Yeah. Okay. So if we free this pixie, we'll then see how much more there is from going back to this house and looking around. So, freedom! Let these gnomes hear us coming. Let their machines tremble. We're taking the forest back. And nothing else. Okay. Do we head home to the pixie? Do we just keep chopping down trees? Because I do enjoy chopping down a lot of trees. Get a few more mushrooms on the way. And I think I'm gonna go this way for a bit, see where I end up. May end up looping back around to somewhere I've been. That's something new. Just carried on going past that pixie. Normally there is something after the pixies. What is this? Is this the machine that Pixie was just talking about? Possibly. Is that the end of the road as well? I think it might be. Yeah. Okay. It's not really much else around here other than this thing. Just the walls. So no extra paths I can go down. I don't know what this is. Can't seem to damage it, which is, I don't know, possibly a good thing. Let's just head back this way then. Could clear out a few more trees properly as I go, but I'll leave it for now. I have a feeling they wouldn't put something like that in the game unless I've got to eventually come back and do something with it. So I'm now out of energy. Can't do anything more, so let's unstick and head home and have a little look around, see what other beams of light that are in the sky, if any. Potentially one more. Oh, that might be my drone actually. I think that probably is. Okay, let's talk to the pixie, see if there's anything different. Thank you for helping my friends. I can still sense there's two in the forest waiting for your help. Okay, so still got time to decide if I want to be a good employee or a I'm getting Good Samaritan and helping the pixies. It's okay, can I do any? Can't do any workouts. All costs a little bit too much at the moment. What I can do is this $50 for 50 energy. But with a full thing, that results in about 500 energy I can add per like full inventory of drinks. So then that's gives me an extra like 500 trees I could potentially chop down, plus the berry bushes that I find along the way. And I'm now going the same way again. That can't be a drone. I thought it was charging. And backhand, unless this is another pixie potentially. Let's go this way, because my drone wouldn't have gone this far out. Lots of mushrooms. Clearly just came through here and didn't care about them. Mushroom. There we go. Again, making myself another little clearing in this area. Next to the bush, why not? Just to see if I can see the sky yet. I need a few more of these trees out of the way so I can figure out which way I want to go. From here, can I see anything glowing in any direction? No, I can't. Even jumping, I can't see anything. So we're gonna go this way. Because why not? I feel like this way's more likely to loop back around. But if it does, then I know. This map is surprisingly bigger than I was expecting. Like I know I've gone past an awful lot of trees at various points. Like I just keep finding, or seem to find new areas or new loops. Clearly, I've been here before because I've chopped down trees in this area before. It seems so new. I was just here because that berry bush hasn't respawned. I'm getting so lost. Is this an actual proper cave? Ooh. Think of the drone upgrades I can get from this. Okay, so this is a dead end, but lots and lots of mushrooms. Well, I say lots and lots. A good amount. I think I need at least 160 for the 3 remaining aspects to upgrade the drone. Or 165 even. So like that's at least what 190 or no 395 more mushrooms I need to get everything maxed. But I have now just collected another little one of those trophy things, which is nice. Add that to the shelf in the bedroom. And there's one more mushroom. Nice. So that is up to 150. So I can't quite max out another thing just yet, but it does mean I am going in new directions. Going this way. So let's drink a drink and keep on chopping. Clearly I respawned here at some point. Probably coming from the other direction. And there's a fairy tower just here. How did I not know there was a cave if I was so close to a fairy? Or have I just freed this fairy and gone in another circle? I found the boiler thingy again. And I am currently out of energy. Can I reach that bush? Please tell me I haven't made a way through. I am 3 trees away from getting half of them done. This one will be my 5,000th tree, and I'll be half of the trees done. So now I'm officially over halfway. I'm going to say through this game, if that is such a thing. I think potentially less if I go for the pixie Andy. 'Cause I think I can get 100% of the trees done. 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 pixie ending or fairy ending. Don't know if they're pixies or fairies. Don't know what the difference is. They both seem very similar. Seems like a narrow passageway I haven't yet been down, by the looks of it, I would say. So I might just cut through. Ooh, more mushrooms. Yes. Is this like a full cave, or is this just a mushroom cave? Who knows? I feel like this is the mushroom cave of all mushroom caves. Oh, another gnome. Hello. That was a new way. I don't know if I want to explore there or want to keep getting the mushrooms because there are definitely more in there. I see at least two and a berry bush. So we're just gonna go sort of straight here. I will have to come back at some point to grab more mushrooms, um, and go through the cave, and I will have to come back through here anyway for collecting or getting even more of the trees chopped down. Um, yeah, let's have a quick little explore whilst we're here, um, in a way that gets us the most mushrooms and not super lost, which may be an impossible feat for me, because it now seems to turn off and go in two directions. So we're going to go right because right is always right. And we have been here before. Okay, so let's go back into this little area. And this time go left and see if left is best. Left has resulted in even more mushrooms. Just a small cave this time, but cave of mushrooms is a cave of mushrooms. And I had been thinking before I found that last cave, had enough to do one of the other drone aspects fully upgraded. I think now I can't do two, but I'm not super far off potentially being able to do at least all of them the first little upgrade. So then that would only be like 300 more mushrooms after that I'd have to collect to get them all max, which would be quite nice. I also have a feeling that I am definitely finding new things. I'm going to end up finding another pixie in this lot somewhere. And I feel like saying it's going to happen very soon, but also I feel like it's going to be a while away. Ooh, more mushrooms. Yeah. Okay, found more of the special trees. Well, I think they're the special trees. Can't tell yet because I don't know if I have the upgrades. I have the max axe, which means I feel like I should be able to chop down all the trees, and I have just gone straight through them. So this was just a little blockade of trees. So I'm going to go back the way I think I came, to try and get back to that cave, which had, well, the massive cave of trees. I chopped a few on along the way. Back into the cave, grab all of these that I've missed. Well, I say all the ones I missed. I purposely left out a load of these ones because there's a few other, I think, arm branches to potential new locations in here as well. But maybe not. Leave that as all of them. So I'm going to go out this way and just use up the last however much energy I have. Two more energy drinks, so that's 100. And then whatever in the sort of stamina bar at the moment. And then we will probably unstick and just upgrade the drone then. Another cave. How many caves are in this game? I keep finding them today, which is great for all these mushrooms. Which means hopefully soon I should be potentially able to max out the drone. Which, if I can, that would be incredible. Um, like realistically, the sooner I go back and get a few upgrades into it, the better it will work for me. So realistically, I should probably go back and do that soon. But I just need to want to. I'd like to run out of all the energy I currently have, which is just over 100, which would be about another 100 trees. These trees definitely take up a lot more energy, having to hit them all 3 times instead of one-shotting. Just it does definitely use up more of that energy bar. Keeps going down. I think I won't even be able to clear all of them in this area. Can't even finish that one off. But as I have absolutely no clue where I am, unstick, drop the logs, that's fine by me. I need to get home somehow, so let's just rest before I forget, and then I'm going to upgrade the drone. But first, let's have a quick look. I can't upgrade myself anymore. So drone. Let's no more over this side. There you go. Yes. So I think because it's got fast capacity, let's just get it moving faster. So that's maxed. Um, I feel like energy capacity, get that one max, and now I just need to get up to 165, and then I can more mushrooms, and then I can max the drone out, which is good to have a nice easy number to know. So yeah, let's keep going with that. Don't know which ways I have and haven't been. Really, I feel like I've cleared most of the way with the pipe, so next way, I don't know if that is my drone. I think it is, but I'm gonna go this way. It seems to be walking away from where my drone is. I don't know if this is one of the loops I have actually fully cleared out. It may be. Yeah, there's the drone. Next to one of the fairy places. Still a load of logs here. Okay, so I believe this loop is completely cleared of trees. I'm not finding any. Unless there's like a little pathway down this side that I haven't done. I think I have, by the looks of it. Right, so down there is done somehow. Um, through past the portal. Have I gone this way? Or is this just running? No, because I didn't go over a bridge before. So this way is probably new. But that's the mushroom. I feel like I have been this way. Trees. Okay. I've been this way a long way, but I haven't cleared all the trees, so let's just start clearing them from here again. No, stumbled across another fairy. I feel like there's a fairy just up here as well. Oh, no, just a bridge. Finding more things. Thought I'd hugged the walls pretty well. Let's free this fairy. Zoom, thank you, stranger. Time to cause a little chaos again. So Well, they could battle, or could battle this. Big mistake. Huge. Okay, cool. Um, yeah, I keep finding new areas. I thought I'd sort of discovered or been round most of the walls and hugged them pretty well and pretty far, but clearly I hadn't. Um, like I was just chopping randomly and then stumbled across it, mainly because I was chasing mushrooms. Um, yeah, so there's a whole load of mushrooms just there. Another reason to cross the bridge. Find the mushrooms. Oh, I think I'm less than 50 away from being able to get my drone maxed. And because I've crossed the bridge, I have a feeling this is a completely new area as well. Um, so I did just see another berry bush here. I think I might go. I don't know if I go around these elven trees or just through them. We'll go around them a little bit to see what we find. If there is anything around the other side or whether it is just walls. So if it is just walls, then I'll chop them down. But if there is something, I might explore. Ooh, another cave. And I always explore the caves and get as many mushrooms as possible because I'm so very close to having the drone nearly maxed. Looks like it is just a wall around it. Maybe there is something this way. Ooh, there is. Okay, let's just go this way. Find the energy bush and just make my way into the forest even more. I've been that way. So this will probably be maybe a loop home or something. Okay. Um, let's head out of the forest. Back to the more mushrooms. Clearly been here before. Half chopped down tree. Let's just clear these out then. As we're here, we'll have to come back at some point for all the other trees. Well, I've got 250 energy saved up on the bank that I can use at the moment. So let's see how many of these trees I can get through and how close on the mushrooms that will end up putting me. Sweet, that was all of those trees. So now I just need to figure out which way I want to start heading again. Is that an energy bush with it is? Let's grab the energy as a minimum and more mushrooms along the way. And yeah, let's just figure out the fact that the top counter isn't updating. I don't know if my game is slightly bugged, because I'm pretty sure those trees with the golden ring around them are all the elven trees that they want me to chop down, because I haven't found any others that I can't chop yet. And I think last time I couldn't chop them because they were too or needed axe level 6, which I now have. So yeah, I'm confused to why the counter hasn't gone up. Yeah, I feel like I'm going down a narrow corridor without, which I haven't explored yet, which probably means it's either going to loop round, ooh, got my hat, or I'm going to discover something down here. But unfortunately, I am running low on energy, and I don't know, like, necessarily which way I just want to go. And also, I think I've hit the amount of mushrooms I need to get my drone maxed, but I feel like, okay, I can't go any further. I'm really curious to wonder if there is something down here that I'm just not quite able to see. But that'll be something to discover next time I end up randomly finding my way into that cave, because I get lost way too easy. But I have found one, two, three, four, five of these. Looking at it, I'm going to say there's at least one, two, three more drones and well, maybe well, if there were gnomes, not drones, and then one, two, three, four, five more of the spring tops that I need to find. Where they're likely to be could be anyone's guess, but that is our drone now maxed, which hopefully means it will just give me a whole load, well, slightly quicker money. And with what money I do have, I can do a slight upgrade. Carry capacity, I just drop everything. I'm gonna just do my general warp speed so I can get around a little bit faster. And I'll need to figure out either which way I just went or which way I've just come from. Looking at this map, maybe that was the big cave. I have no idea where I've been. I don't know what these circles are, whether they were ruins or something else. It's fully lost. Let's see if you're willing to talk to me about anything else. No. So I have a feeling I don't have any reason to talk to him anymore, and should still have one friend in the forest. Okay. Which way to go? This way, maybe? I know one of them I have completed, but I've forgotten already. Don't know if I still need mushrooms for any upgrades, but I am going to keep collecting them, just because you never know. Like, I didn't think I'd need mushrooms for the drone, and then you did for unlocking it and actually doing any of the upgrades on it. So I'm just going to keep upgrading or collecting mushrooms as I find them, even though but I'm not necessarily going to dive out of the way as much as I have been trying to find them. Ooh, that's something new. Looks like a jail, so maybe I have been here before. Don't remember seeing this though. There's mushrooms in there. Bad. That's kind of ominous. Just ignore that and keep chopping down trees. Another one of these things. Discovering so much today that I didn't expect to be discovering. There's just a lot of things hidden away in this game that I suppose no matter how far deep into the forest you think you've gone, there's always something new. And now I've lost where it was. I think it's just there. I think it's just there. But I feel like I can still go deeper this way, unless this is just going around it. It might be. Again, I'm lost. I'm just following the trees. I'm finding more caves and more mushrooms. I feel like that's quite a big area that I have now just cleared. So head back. I'm gonna say this way, which may or may not be towards the house. And if I see any other trees on the way, I will start clearing the area around them. But otherwise, I think I'm just going around potentially in circles. I now don't know which way I'm going. Trying to find any trees at the moment. And I know I'm gonna go home, I'll rest, I'll come out of the house and I'll be like, which way did I just come from? Which way do I now need to go? I'm just constantly lost, which isn't ideal for chopping down a whole load of trees. I feel like that way probably looped and I've probably cleared it. Maybe, who knows? Um, got over 7,000 trees chopped now. So not quite at 3/4 of the way through all the trees, but let's say I'm not far off, and that is now the house. So if I just go around the wall and then up the next inlet I find, I may or may not find more trees. I'm gonna start losing them. I'm just going around hugging the left wall at the moment because surely if I only go left, I will find something, whether that's trees to be chopped down or, I don't know, the last fairy. Because apparently there is one more out in the wilderness somewhere. Just go left and bound to find it. And I see trees. Yay! Quite a few trees actually. Okay. This area I probably have been through. My drone has probably cleared up. These look like level 1 trees, so they're probably not worth very much. But trees are trees, so I can just keep clearing this whole area out. It's quite a big cave in terms of mushrooms. So let's just pick up a whole load of these. And another gnome. Looks like they're watching something on a tablet. Probably tracking, or maybe reading a book. Doesn't look like a book though. It looks very flat. Ooh, maybe studying when he's on the shelf. Ooh, there's another one of these portals. I believe there's meant to be 3 of these things, which is fun. Now that I've found 2, I could essentially go home, but I don't see the point at the moment. But if I go to Portal 2, I'm in an area with lots of trees, so I can hopefully keep clearing them efficiently and not getting super lost. How? I don't understand. When I'm over or less than 2,000 trees left to chop down, and I'm still finding like such new places, like this cave with so many mushrooms in it. Like, I don't even think I need mushrooms for any upgrades anymore. Like, how come this cave has so many? And how have I not yet discovered it and been through it and collected all these mushrooms? And like, how many other areas have I not yet been, even though there's, I'm gonna say, so few trees left for me to collect or chop down and discover? Like, what? I've never been through this bit. Like, none of these trees have been touched, and yet I can one-shot them so easily. I'm so confused. I'm so lost. I'm gonna have one random tree in the middle of nowhere that I'm gonna have to find at the end of this, I can tell. And is this the last pixie? It probably is. It's like, how deep into the forest have I had to be to potentially find this last pixie? Let's frig. Let's see what now happens. Yes, I knew this day would come. One of you would hear the forest cry. The gnomes broke the pact, but balance can still be restored. So I think I'm now at a point where I can choose, I think, pretty much which ending I want. I can either go and free all the fairies, or like talk to the leader fairy and probably do whatever little thing they need, or I can chop down the remaining to 1,800 less than trees and complete the gnomes ending. Um, I feel like I've committed so much to chopping down and clearing these forests that I want to just go for the gnome ending and ignore the fairies for now because I have chopped down so many trees. Even just today, probably been the most trees I have done in one sitting because I've been able to one-shot them. But I've been recording and chopping down trees for the last 2 hours at this point. And if I was to do the fairy ending now and just sort of not waste that time, which because I had no clue where any of the fairies were, I feel like I'd be doing myself a disservice with the amount of time I have spent just going and grinding through all of these trees. Um, but I said I wanted to do both endings, so now that I'm here and stuck in trees, I'm going to go and do the fairy ending, even though I had chopped so many trees. Um, we'll have a quick rest. So we have what little energy or stamina we do have. Let's see what now happens. So you did it. I can't believe you really saved them all, even after knowing this would directly challenge the gnome's control over the forest. I'm afraid these forests may never be the same again, partly because I've chopped down over 8,000 trees. But you can stop them. There are three boilers in the forest, and if destroyed, will overload this twisted factory they've created. I will go and unlock them for you, but I'm afraid after that we will all have to leave. Just talk to me again when you're ready. I only know where two of the boilers are. I have no clue where this third one is. And I have a feeling that this map isn't going to tell me where they are. And I was just at a whole load of trees, which might have been the last set of trees I needed. And I don't know which pathway I took to get to them. Well, let's talk to this fairy, see if they actually tell me where they are. We're going to put end to the town of the forest. Stand back, I have enough power to break out of here. And then I'll unlock boilers. I'm going to take a leave. I don't know how we can ever thank you, but you can keep your word, and perhaps after this won't be a threat any more forests. Farewell. Okay, so that's one. Warning, breaking the boilers will seal off access to the kiosk. Do I need the kiosk? I think my drone's maxed. I've got a lantern. I don't need to speak to the gnome anymore. So he's now angry. Do I talk to him even though he is angry? Yeah, why not? Um, is this your doing? No. You know these fairies are liars. Don't trust them. Just stick to your job. I'll get it all restored soon. But if you don't, you'll be violating your terms. Is that my contract there? So if I go here, I can still upgrade. Not that it makes any difference. So let's find these boilers. Thank you for the money, drone. I'm going to go this way. I think one was this way, but I have no clue where this potential third one will be. Where's my trees? Do I keep chopping down my trees on my journey? I'm just going to find the boilers. Probably need to chop those trees down to get to the boiler, actually. But for now, we just hunt. Gonna go this way. Nope, these are just more trees. Hmm. Is this where I just was? Maybe. I finally found the third portal. Um, that's not exactly the boiler, or the third boiler. So where that is, don't know. I'm hoping it's close by. If I just go through these trees this way, because that looks like I can go somewhere-ish, that I haven't been yet, I'll find it. Also, I feel like I'm just going next to where I just was over there. Yeah, I was. Um, I think I'm just gonna keep chopping trees down because I can find trees at the moment, and I have not quite got enough energy on me in terms of drinks, but if I find more bushes, I may have enough energy to be able to get most of the trees without having to maybe even sleep again or rest again. And honestly, I have no idea where this third boiler is or where the first two are because I have very much lost them. Like everything at the moment today, I am just lost. The title is probably just Getting Lost in the Forest or something along those lines because I feel like that is all that this has been. Me chopping down a whole load of trees whilst being incredibly lost. I'm feeling surely this way is somewhere I have yet to go. And I'm pretty sure these are the level one trees, maybe the level two ones. I'm surprised I haven't got rid of all of them yet. But I feel like I'm definitely going somewhere I haven't yet been. Um, and that to me means surely I'm getting close to the third boiler, perhaps something new. I'm also like, yes, I see it. Um, I also feel like I must surely be at a point where I'm now basically at like the only trees left are like this area I'm currently in. And yeah, I'm still short 1,000 of the special trees. As I finally found the third boiler, I roughly know where the other two potentially are. I'm going to hit the control panel, and I'm assuming that was all I had to do to destroy it. Did the light go in? Oh, maybe they did. Oh, it says the game is paused. Huh. Why did I do it at nighttime? If that means the game is paused, please, I don't want it to be forever nighttime. I like the daytime. Maybe I'm breaking the game. That is the aim of the game, is to break it. Stamina is still going down, and the amount of trees I'm chopping is still going up. So who knows? I wonder if ooh, I wonder if the fact that the game is paused, that means the drone is paused, and then I won't be able to make any more money. I'm gonna keep an eye on the drone battery in the top corner. Um, doesn't seem to be moving, but I feel like I just saw money coming into my account, so maybe the drone doesn't need to recharge. But I think the battery on it is going down still, so who knows? I'm almost into the last 1,000 trees, so I'm just going to keep chopping and maybe find, like, when I'm potentially one tree left, find the other boilers and see what happens then. I'm out of energy, so you're gonna have to. Well, I could run home and try and figure out where on earth I am. I'm gonna unstick, sleep till morning. Hopefully that puts it to morning. Yes. Um, what is that? Oh no. Kiosk is closed. This guy is scary. I hadn't noticed. I'm gonna quickly whiz into the third one here because that is roughly where I had been working. And now I'm gonna try and figure out where all those level one trees were, or all of these trees. Um, yeah, this guy is definitely red. They are definitely going to say hunting for me. Um, yeah, okay. I was hoping by sleeping till morning, it would actually be morning, not still this redness that I hadn't realized probably happened when I destroyed the boiler. Um, so I do it. Probably want to try and find the other boilers and fully just commit to destroying them. I also have no clue where they were, so I'm just gonna leave like one tree here and go with getting the rest of them. Probably should have bought energy drinks. It's I think if I had 4 energy drinks, I'd probably have enough stamina to destroy all the trees that are remaining. Without buying them, I don't think I am able to. So I may have to head home and risk getting caught by that beam um, to get more energy drinks. Drone, can you do like a Amazon drone delivery of energy drinks to where I am at the moment? It's like the ground smoking. Ooh, it's green and glowing. That's kind of freaky. Um, Maybe I shouldn't have sided with the fairies. Is that just coming for me? Maybe it is. I might need to run. Run away! If I run away, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I am. Oh, there's just multiple of them. Okay. If I hide in here, will they find me? Probably. Don't really want to get caught by the beam, but I feel like it's inevitable that I will. I can't remember which way I went to or where all those, I'm going to say level 1 trees were. which means I'm going to have to run around and explore and get lost, unless it's just up here, which it might be. I did travel quite a way getting to them. Let's actually move. There we go. Go around that. I feel like it was then. Yes, up here. Okay, let's go up here, try and clear out all these level 1 trees, and then we'll go back to where we came from, and like the portal 3 is the one we're working around. Still a lot of trees though. 600 up. That's quite a lot of trees. Energy again, so head home. Have another rest till morning. Spend the entire day in bed. Sounds delightful. I could up my sprint endurance. Why not? And then they are still there, but I have enough to buy a load of energy drinks. So let's get 10, and then we'll go back through the portal, back to where we were. So I think it was to the right. I should have remembered. Literally just done it. I can't remember which way I went. Yes, I have hidden that cave. So, is it this way? Could I have gone left? Potentially. Or am I fully lost? I am fully lost. Okay, it wasn't this way. Which way do I need to go? Aha, trees. Okay. If I go up this side here, I think I get back to where all the level ones are. I think I just want to work my way in to the center, as it were. This is like energy bushes on the way and stuff. So hopefully, just up here, I should start seeing the level ones. Or have I just gone in a massive circle? I think this is a different area. Okay, well, we'll work our way in from here. But because I did get so lost, I'm now exploring to try and just find where the second of the 3 spoilers were. So I'll come to, I'm going to say walk to, um, search for it. So I have a feeling it was in this maybe area, but I can't fully remember. So I'm just having a little look around. I think all the trees and still need us somewhere in, say walk 1. But again, I don't know potentially where. But that was a dead end, so not down there. And I feel like now I'm going back on myself, but I can't really tell because it's dark. Can't see, and I don't know the map. I should have done or been paid more attention whilst I was chopping down all these trees. Luckily, these things are very bright and do seem to be quite slow moving. Um, so I can dance around them relatively easily. As one gets one's very close to one. Oh, more trees. Okay. Did not realize there was more trees in this area. So let's just chop them down. So I don't know how many there are here. If there's literally just those 5, then that's not too bad. And there's a lot of lasers around me. And I feel like the lasers will do bad things, and I don't want them to do bad things. So that's one of the grown pieces. Oh, did I not explore further up here? The main off them. I feel like I'm finding so many more trees. Like, surely I've now seen all the trees that I need to chop down, and I have been in this area. Maybe I just came from the other side. That's a laser very close to me. Was close to getting me. I was about to chop that tree down, and it just appears through the tree. I am down to the last, what? Within the last of 300 trees, um, which, considering each tree, I think at the moment will take about one energy to destroy. I have enough energy to just run around and grab them by drinking energy drinks, if I can find them. But I am also kind of looking for this boiler. So if I can find that, that would also be quite useful to find. Like, I found my drone, he's working away, doing things, but I don't know where anything else I'm looking for is or could be or how I can find it. Um, yeah, I'm so lost. I feel like I'm heading home at the moment. I don't feel like I want to be heading home. Uh, so let's try the last one of these, see if I can find it through here. This one's the big pathway opening. I don't think it's around here, but I also have no clue where either of the boilers are. But don't run into the light. Stay away from the light. This is the, I'm going to say prison cell. I feel like it was close to this. Whereabouts close to it? Can't remember. Hopefully it's just like up here. Spawn in. 3, 2. Yes, it is. It's here. Okay, so that's 2 down. Now, where would the last one be? Or where was the third one? I'm going for a tactic of just hugging the left wall. If there's a junction, I turn left. Um, Found me that one. I have a feeling the other two were close together. So I'm just gonna stick going left and hope that the A don't run into any of the beams and I B find the thing I'm looking for without running into beams. Which way is the beam gonna go? Don't go across the bridge. I want to go across the bridge. Run. Glad I've upgraded my sprint endurance. Where's the pipe? So I'm back home effectively at the moment. So let's just keep going with this hug for left tactic because I'm sure it will pay off eventually. There's only going to be so many left turns I can make before I have to do it for the right turns because I know there is a few like loopy points like in through there. I'm pretty sure is a big loop. Uh, I'm gonna go with not looping because it was at the end of something. Found a whole load of wood. Dead end, I believe, but let's just grab some energy whilst we're here and make our way back this way. Oh no, I feel like I've just done big loop there. So let's go up this way. And I think there was a left turn here I could do, or what was a right turn here instead. Otherwise, I feel like I've lost where this last boiler is quite badly. Green wall texture. Don't know if that means anything. Why can't I just carried on chopping down trees like the good employee I wanted to be? Because of how dark it is, I could be running over the same few logs 10, 20 times. Or I may have found it. This one seems to be spewing out smoke. Please don't be damaged. I finally found it. Okay. So, last boiler destroyed. There's a hatch back home. Okay, so we're gonna cheat and do the most easy way back home there is. Um, let's see if I can do any upgrades. I can't at the moment, so there's no point. And whilst that goes like that, let's just buy a couple of energy drinks so I'm full. I believe that hatch was on the back of the house. It is. What happens if I jump down? Well, great. I have escaped. Cool little cinematic of everything exploding. In the end, I got 9,730 trees chopped, so I had only got 200 and something trees left. Well, thank you so much for playing Lumberjacked. We hope you had as much fun chopping all those trees as we had building the forest. See you again soon. So now that I have done the pixie freeing ending, we will start again at some point, and we'll go for the free shopping ending. But as the screen has now come back and it just wants a new ending, new game to start, I'm gonna say thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And next time we will just be going pure deforestation and no good Samaritans. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.